Also, we are talking about the sacrifice of your heart, the sacrifice of your worship. So many times is when we go to the pulpit and you have already beaten your wife. You've left your children crying and everybody's just asking what kind of animal is this, and you go to give your sacrifice. When you raise your hands there and your wife is looking at you and she says, you pretend to people that you're born again, you just beat me this morning, you just abused me and you threw everything away, and you come here to pretend. That voice is what God listens, not your worship. Not your worship. So God listens to the heart that cries justly. You see now, the Bible says, your accuser, who is the devil, accuses you before the throne every morning. So every time he takes your negativity, he takes it before God. So when you are raising up your hand and you are worshiping, you have beaten your children, you've not provided for your children, you've done the things that you have not repented. That is the message that goes before the Lord.
So what you're saying is that forgiveness is a condition.
It's a condition.
Before you go and worship,
yes,
before you go and do any kind of sacrifice in the house of God,
you have to put your house together.
Now, this getting,
you have to put your house together.
Many people come to the house of God, they have done things out of there, and they come and sacrifice.
And that's why, Martin, you see, most of the time in our services, God is not moving as He ought to move. Because you see, it's not about the eloquency of what we preach. It's not about the deep theology that we present to people. It's about walking the principles of God. It's not about how we know things. It's not about how we do things. It's about the simple things that we think they are simple, but God values them more. You see, when you have done something and you want to pretend, you want to sugarcoat it, and you just want to pretend that all is well, God has no vacuum. There is no vacuum in the presence of God. So God will tell you, you know what, I have no problem, and I'm going to be here forever waiting for you. Why can't you just walk back, go and set things straight, go and put your house together? Then you come, you find me here. So, you see, so those simple things that we say, I'm bringing my sacrifice of my heart. I am bringing my heart, I'm bringing my worship to you, God. I stand before you. Then God says, you know what, I have something against you. And something against you is what you did yesterday. Because you did it and you thought that I was like you. I'm not like you. God is not like us. The thoughts of God are away from our thoughts, like the heaven and the earth. So the way we think about things is different from the way God thinks about it. Many people, they have pushed their children away from salvation because of simple things. Because a father will do something to their children and they pretend that it was okay. And so the children will come and they see their father deep in prayer, speaking in tongues, using these vocabularies. And they're like, but yesterday I told you I want something, only 10 shillings, you never did it. And you just assume. So they will not see the love of God because of what you did to them yesterday. And here you are using the big words. Instead of going back to your children, the little kid, and tell them, I'm sorry that I was not able to do what I had promised that I'm going to do. So could you forgive me? Because I want to go to the presence of God.
Wow.